Grace, grace, grace. This is my story. Pastor B, like they call him, is on the chopping block today. What did Pastor B do now? Pastor B went to act skits. Pastor is now a skit actor. Hey! And when I saw the skits, I was like, wow, 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 wow. A man of God is acting drama. So I watched the skits and I just laughed, okay. Baba Motunde and what's her name now? Dorathy Bachor from Big Brother Nigeria, okay. So people have an issue with it. People, not me, okay. So some people have an issue with Pastor Bolaji Idowu acting skits with people who are unbelievers. That's what they said. They said that these people are unbelievers because the other day, just a few days ago, they saw Dorathy Bachor and Mayokon, the musician, at a club in a very compromising situation. So they're not like, how will Pastor Bolaji be using skit makers that are not godly, that are not even born again, according to them, to be using to do evangelism for next level prayer? My friends, this matter is serious. So they said, why? That if it was in the days of old, they will suspend Pastor Bolaji because it is obvious he has deviated. They said it's not me that is saying it. They said, I'm just telling you what they said. So they now talk here, talk there, talk go there, talk from there. I say, hey, what do you both think? Should a pastor be using people of the world to do evangelistic efforts? And I said, wait, let's think about this thing well. You know that even when Jesus in the Bible, the Pharisees and co said that he used to hang around wine, people that drink wine, tax collectors. In fact, the people that were Jesus' friends, and they were not, they were the bad guys of those days, and that's why they felt like this Jesus cannot be the Son of God. So I now thought about it and I said, then when you also think about it, who is evangelism for? Is evangelism for people inside the church or for people who don't go to church? Because you both know that in this time and age that we live in now, there are some people who have said, I don't want to have anything to do with church. I don't even want to hear pastor matter. Like pastors now, I feel so sorry for people who have accepted the call of God and they are fulfilling that call. So I now thought about it. I said, let's look at it from that angle. Then another angle I was now even thinking about, that there are some people who are Christians that they are still developing their walk with God. Because this walk with God there is not a one day something. It's not that today you just give your life to Christ, today your life will just be perfect. You understand? You have to keep being in an atmosphere where you hear the right words, where you understand those type of things and you grow. So today the person will fall, today the person will get up. But the problem now is when people are now falling and remaining in a falling state. That one is another issue entirely. But the fact that people will go through a process is going to happen. So I was looking at it from that angle. So I slept. I said, let me sleep and wake up, do the video. That's how I entered that Elon Musk app. The place has caught fire, my people. Everywhere job burning to the left, burning to the right, but everywhere a job. Have you liked the video? Please like the video, okay? And you can shop. We now have a shop. Check our shop and buy something from the shop, all right? So let us go over to Twitter. There's one young man of God, I blocked him before because he used to give me headache. I did feel headache. I read something from the guy. And they will just be catching me and say, I don't know how to be arguing on Elon Musk app. If anything I want to say, I'll come here, come and say it. We on YouTube, we get as we do our own, not to colo, even though some colo people dey, but the percentage of colo, not many like Elon Musk app, if you understand what I'm saying. So before we go on Twitter, please let me know if this is your first time watching this channel and if you are going to subscribe, and tell me where you are watching, all right, so that I can properly appreciate you with a special video to welcome you to the diamond community. Now sharp people now dey for here we dey shine like diamonds, okay. All right, let us go on to Twitter and see what those people have to say. So this young pastor on Twitter now said that this thing that Pastor B has done, in a proper apostolic community, he would be called aside and put on a leave. He will be asked to take some time and seek the Lord and his face. This thing is a sign of an already present problem. The priest of the Lord is saddled with the responsibility too. Ezekiel chapter 44 verse 23. And they shall teach my people the difference between the holy and profane, and cause them to discern between the unclean and the clean. If the Lord's priest himself cannot tell between the unclean and the clean, he should seek the Lord's face. Normally, church people begin to follow people that someone they respect endorses. My relationship with many ministers, including those who have significantly altered the course of my life, began because my pastor endorsed them. I began listening to everything Apostle Gideon taught as far back as 2015 because my father in the Lord endorsed him, and my life has been better for it. If people who respect and follow Pastor B begin to follow everything those two he featured with dole out, what kind of believers will they be after 3 years? People who love the Lord and lead lives that please him. You see the problem? A man of God doesn't live for himself. That is why there should be a system where accountability is possible, so that both the priest and they that hear them will be saved. So the people are now responding. Then I said, abeg make una point. Where is where e dey happen. It's not of good review. I sincerely don't understand this logic of, have you prayed for him? Have you reached out to him? It shows how biblically bankrupt this generation is. Public misbehaviors are corrected publicly. That was why Apostle Paul corrected Apostle Peter publicly. It is a different thing if it is a private misbehavior. Somebody now said, if you conclude that the pastor has basically endorsed the two individuals in the video and encouraged other believers to follow them, then you must also believe that Jesus made exactly the same mistakes by eating with tax collectors and prostitutes during his time. Okay. So this pastor now continued, he now still posted again. Imagine a world where MOGs partner with skit makers and public figures who are known for promoting immorality. It first started with one person and nobody said anything. So 4 people followed, then 40, then a whole generation. We now have a culture where there's no distinction between a man of God and those guys. Just imagine that world. A new generation will be born when there's no distinction between the holy and the profane. I don't want my son to grow up in that environment. When error becomes a culture, truth will be seen as rebellion. Somebody now responded and said, if you ask me, I think you have dealt with this issue enough, sir. You are right, but a word when it becomes too much is no longer suitable for the wise. Let's focus on more things, please. God help the church. Another person said that I was like, shey I dey pay me, I be wetin I dey see. We are in total disbelief. That type of evangelism get as e be o. Oluwa gba wa o. Somebody now said that they will come for you. I don't like it when you are being bashed. So, man of God start seeking relevance once they abandon their secret place. Wait. What do you people think? You people should tell me what you think in the comment section. I will be in the comment section listening to what you have to say. Should pastors use skit makers to be doing evangelism or not? discuss in the comment section. Let us hear what you have to say. Okay. Um, like I said, I've told you people my own different things that I've been thinking, or the different angles that I've been looking at the matter from. But let us reason together in the comment section, okay? All right. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Watch the next video. All right. I'll see you there.